For your faithfulness. You've been here with us, and we are honored to have you, even tonight, to set up your time so that we can be together in this show. We appreciate you following, you liking, your comments. Those even that we are meeting personally, and they're telling us they are getting blessed by this show. We thank you so much. We do not take this for granted. You are a great honor for us, because we couldn't be without you. And we are hoping that as we tackle these things, that you've been helped, and that your life is not, is no longer the same. Because as we said, we are handling this and also on a level of the Bible, so that we also have a basis, an LCM, somewhere to bounce from. And we thank you because you have worked with us in this journey. Thank you for your comments on Facebook, on TikTok, Instagram. Thank you for reaching out on the phone call, the line, the number on the screen. And we appreciate you so much. So today, we started this discussion last week in the previous episode, and we were talking about separation. And now today, we are carrying on from separation to divorce. We want to have a complete conversation on the same. And we hope that you join us and work with us. Start sending your comments, your questions. We are going to be answering them and tackling them in our subsequent, and even when possible, as soon as we continue with the show. So send your questions. We'll be answering. We'll be getting back to you. If there's anything that you want us to handle, again, we have said you're most welcome to reach out, and we are going to be reaching out also to you. If you also want to appear on the show, it's free. Please come over. We will have you and host you. And we also have your story as a couple, or if there's something that you need to handle that you have not handled, we can bring you in as a guest. If you are a counselor, if you run in such kind of a place, please feel free to reach out to us, and we are going to be reaching to you. So again, my resident counselor has been here now for us for like, I don't know, 5, 4, 6 times, He's become one of us. And before he's stolen away from me, we are going to take advantage of him for the moment. So again, karibu sana, Reverend Alex Kaloki.
Thank you so much.
Karibu sana.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah,
Last time I said that KATV now is a home.
Most welcome.
Supposed to be at home.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
It's so. It's become so.
Thank you.
When you appear somewhere like 2, 3, 4 times,
yes,
and you're still being invited again, it's home.
Yeah.
So feel free. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So say hi to the viewers before we begin.
Thank you so much, viewers, and hi from wherever you are watching. I believe that the show has been a blessing to you, and even today you will be blessed. We pray and trust God that God will minister to you in such a big way. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So now our topic of the day.
Yes.
This is the highest level of a conversation we can have on a family. I think highest on the negative.
Yeah. Looking at the negative.
Yes, on the negative now.
Yes.
There is always a highest on the best.
Yeah.
And then the highest on the lowest. So this might be the lowest thing that we might be talking about in a family setup. And that is the issue of divorce. So is this a conversation that should be having within the Christian circles and family circles?
Yes. Like we said, it is important for people to be informed. And that's why we are here.
Yes.
To build on that information. Simply because it's good you know what happens, what you need to avoid, what you need to take in, what you need to keep aside. And in this case, this information will help us in decision making and making sure that we do the right thing in our families. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Viewers, we say the world teaches us that experience is the best teacher. But we have said that is not it. We learn from those that have gone through the experience so that the pains that they have gone through, we can avoid.
Yeah.
So this session, if you are already divorced, is good for you. If you are not yet divorced, it's even more important for you because this is how you avoid it.
Yes.
And probably know what others could not know before when things went haywire. So please, don't switch off. We need you here. Well, if you are married and an unmarried, this discussion is even more important for you. So please stay tuned and we are going to have a very good conversation. So,
Thank you.
what is a divorce? When do we say we have someone has experienced a divorce?
Yes. We mentioned this, and we're going to repeat again, that a divorce is that legal process that you go, so that now, at the end of it, you are formally separated from your spouse. And in this case, we underline the word formally. Yeah. So you go through the legal process, the procedures, you follow the law, and at the end of it, everything is settled legally. Then it can be declared that you are no longer the husband or the wife of this person. Yes.
So these people have been together years or
Yes.
so.
Yes.
Probably there are even children in the picture.
Yes.
And now somebody will be declared, you know,
It's a hard and a tough declaration to make.
you know,
Yes.
you are no longer the husband.
Yes.
You are no longer the wife.
And in this case, a very painful one.
The-
Because in the first place, it should not be there. It should not occur.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's the worst thing that can happen to a family.
Quite unfortunate.
Because, I mean, there are children standing right here. There are memories in between the two. And now somebody has to come and declare the two of you.
Yes.
Are they even called singles again? What do they become? When that declaration has
I don't know what is the right term to use.
I'm avoiding a divorcee. You know,
Yeah.
it's,
He's a divorcer and a divorcee.
it's not a right.
So which means it's something that can be avoided as much as possible. It should not occur. It should not. It should not.
What does the Bible say about divorce?
The
Because
Bible
now-
says that God hates divorce.
oh my,
Then if God hates it, in Matthew chapter, is it Matthew or Mark?
Malachi.
Of course, there are scriptures in Matthew.
Yeah, I
It's
remember
Mark.
Malachi 2. God
Malachi
mentioned it.
2:16.
Yeah.
Malachi 2:16. It is very clear that God hates divorce. And you know, I was looking at that scripture, and it read this way: that if for the man who does not love his wife but divorces her, says the Lord, the God of Israel, that man covers his garment with violence.
Now divorce has become violence. So
Which means that once you allow divorce to occur, and actually it happens on you, you have covered yourself with violence. It is a garment that you're put on. This is because divorce comes in with a lot of questions from the people around you, from the people who knew you. It comes with a lot of shame. It comes with a lot of pain. And even as people seek to understand, they will be asking, what happened? What happened? What happened? Does it mean it had to go this far? Yeah.
was there something that could have been done?
Then how will you be able to handle that? It is a garment that you put on yourself.
So God hates divorce.
Yes.
That is his standard.
That is standard. That is standard.
Now, when Jesus was then saying, Moses allowed you to divorce.
Yes.
But then as you read down, it says the only reason
Yeah.
that anyone should divorce their wife, and I think that time it was a wife. I don't know why it was. I don't know whether there was also divorce from women to men.
Yeah.
The Bible talks more of the man divorcing the wife. That he gave an opportunity. That was Jesus.
Yeah.
That it can only happen when adultery has happened.
Has happened.
Is that the only standard that in our present? Is it conclusive that if it is only that, there is nothing else that should cause divorce?
That's why all factors should be considered before a decision or a declaration is made. As much as we know there are, and we'll be looking at them, there are many other causes. But when before the ultimate decision or declaration is made that this is now over. All factors should be made into consideration, including this one. Because there are still some other cases, you go through the cases and you find there was no immorality.
Nobody broke the covenant.
In this case, sexual immorality. But you see, immorality begins from the heart. Yeah. The mind is polluted, the heart is polluted, the emotions are polluted, then the whole thing becomes, you cannot take it anymore.
So it is not conclusive.
And looking at the reasons as to why Moses allowed divorce, as we will go through the topic around things seeking to understand. One of the reasons we find as to why Moses allowed that, it goes on record that it is because of people's hardness of heart. Because they could not soften, they could not listen, they could not take things into consideration, they could not embrace forgiveness. Because even in all cases, actually, when we are able now to put everything on the table and we discuss, forgiveness is given a room, reconciliation is given a room, and healing is allowed. And marriage life continues in love and in unity.
So here we are going to look at the worst of it.
Yes.
That part when, I mean, it should come as the extreme, resort after everything on this world.
Simon, I'm feeling you because I can see how hard it is, how the hardness of it, the feeling you're showing, because it's a hard issue, very hard, very tough. That's why we say it should not be allowed. It should not occur, and that's why, from the basics of marriage, it is the human life that man lives and cleaves to his wife. They become one. They are together. And the Bible records that which God has put together, let no man
Put asunder.
And I include also, let nothing put asunder.
Not only man now.
Not only man.
Nothing. But
Which
because it
means
happens.
That each and every day we should strive. And within the conversations around marriage is work, which means that you need to work on it. If you don't work on it, there will always be excuses and reasons and causes that will lead, even if they are given room, they will amplify themselves and magnify themselves and occupy the room and the space of marriage, and they will lead to this thing.
There will be occupy marriage.
Yes, they occupy marriage.
So
rejecting forces.
So now, let's go through this extreme thing that we have to talk about.
Yes.
What are then the causes that make this to happen? I did a little survey, and I was doing between asking questions on the divorce, why it happens on different forums, especially my WhatsApp groups and friends and teams that you are with. And there was unfaithfulness.
Yes.
There were finances. There were unmet expectations.
Yes.
Things that cause all this and other factors. And I asked in two different forums where there were couples and where there were men only. When I asked where the couples were, unfaithfulness ranked number one.
Yeah.
When I asked where the men were, finances ranked number one.
Yeah.
And I was trying to harmonize these two. Because they are men and women. So women would tend to feel like unfaithfulness carries the day. And then finances will follow.
This is because men are termed as they are the victims of unfaithfulness.
They are the one that caused this thing.
They fall into because of their nature, the way they are created. It is said that the intimacy level of a man is so high than that of a woman.
Intimacy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and because of that fact, that's why it would easily be concluded that men are the major causes of unfaithfulness in marriage.
When we talk about intimacy, what do you mean? Like the urge to have relationships
the
or
conjugal rights.
Oh, okay.
The conjugal rights.
Yes. The demand.
The demand.
Uh-huh.
Actually, that's now the word that we can understand, all of us.
Yes.
The demand.
Uh-huh.
The demands of a man are so high.
Mm-hmm.
Now, considering now the side of the lady, with the ladies, I'm not advocating against ladies or against men, but because in marriage there should be that the equal factor, equality, it should be there, and should be taken into consideration in a very great way. But in many cases, it would be said that this man is unfaithful, this man is unfaithful, this man is unfaithful, this man is unfaithful, not taking into consideration what the other side is. That is now the side of the lady. And in most cases, men would fall into that the fault, into that accusation of being accused that they are the unfaithful ones. That's why the ladies would vote. Their vote against unfaithfulness would be high. Men look at the pocket, kakitu, kakikosekana, man is not settled. That's why in your votes, you have the highest vote on finances from men.
From men.
Yes.
Because unfaithfulness was next. But men did not feel like women are so unfaithful to cause this divorce.
Yeah.
And I think in the circles where I've listened again, seems like in terms of forgiveness after after unfaithfulness has happened, men are very hard to forgive when the woman falls and or cheats on them. But women, not that they would allow, but they are more accommodative. Like we can discuss.
Women have a soft heart.
We can look at how to salvage this thing.
They can always give another chance. Yeah.
Seems like men are not very good at giving those second.
Men are hard, and they would like to take the tough position. Yeah. Ladies would be they are lenient in handling the issues of men, but women, I mean men are tough in nature.
So when it comes to what did you just say? Like bringing them again to it.
Even in the case of unfaithfulness, man would stand on a very tough note to defend himself. Yeah.
Even when he has done it.
Yes.
Wanaume nyinyi. Mungu anaona sana. So let's see now. Marry these causes because I think unmet expectations are there and some other stuff.
Yeah.
What other causes now? Yes, we have seen now. Just mention all of them, and in the statistics of how that affects.
Among the many causes of divorce, there is a issue of communication issues. There is a financial issues when money is not enough to meet the family needs and demands. It's like somebody would decide, let me stay alone. I can handle myself. Sasa hii mizigo mingine mimi sitaki. Lakini kitambo ifike hapo. Si hiyo mizigo ni umetafuta. So it should be your burden, you should carry it and you should trust God to provide. And you should, like we have said in the past in these shows, that you be diligent enough to, and diligence is always rewarded. If you are diligent enough in your mind, in your heart, in your ends, you remember those points, hautaweza kulala njaa. Things will not lack in your life and in your family. So the financial reasons, the financial issues, that one should be struck out. Because many of us, and you've listened to the stories that we have heard here, it's like we started from nothing. So now, because something is there or is not there, it should not be a cause. So that one should be handled carefully, should be talked out. There is the issue of infidelity. That's what we're talking now. Now the issues of unfaithfulness, the lack of intimacy. Of course, unfaithfulness now leads to the lack. And on a deeper terms, this is something now should also be looked at. Why do marriages lack intimacy? That's a topic for another day.
Yes. But by the way, we come in with that. That one will be heavy.
Yes.
I think we need to feature it around 10 p.m. Yes.
Then there is now the changes of priorities and values. As life advances, things change. It's like when you started, you had set these goals, but as time has gone by, you find the economic status has changed. Even where you used to stay is not where you are staying. The geographical changes. There is also the kind of values. Yeah. Na that's why we say ni vizuri uchunguze sana yule mtu ambaye una inkiana na yeye. Ili usikamatane na kigeugeu ambaye atakugeuka na uko mbele. Because akigeuka, it means that the values have changed.
Yes.
And can lead into many problems. There is the issues of addiction and substance abuse. I know this one, for us Christians, is out of equation, but it happens.
Yeah.
In many cases.
Just on a family level.
Hata wakati tulioana, mimi sikujua kama analewa. Mimi sijui
tulikuwa tunashinda kanisani.
Tunashinda kanisani.
But
with the time you find somebody has gone into drugs, into addiction, and many other sorts of that. There is the issue of domestic violence and abuse, whereby before you got married and in your courtship times, haukujua kwamba unapata simba. So sasa simba uko nayo nyumbani.
Na ako na certificate.
Na iko na meno.
Na certificate inaekelewa, my friend, you are mine.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
But domestic violence, still much of the votes will go to the side of a man. But believe you me, there are women who are so violent. Yeah. Naweza shika mashati. Lakini pia ladies would use words. Words to fight the man.
The quarrelsome woman, where even the Bible tells you you'd rather be living on the roof, right there.
If it is recorded in the Bible,
it must be very serious.
They must be very serious.
And that is just quarreling.
Just quarreling.
They have not even held your mashati.
So sasa hizo words, those maneno zinakuwa ni viboko na makucha, zinakuchuna.
Mangumi.
So it hurts a lot. Then the lifestyle differences. Of course, this one coming from the issues of priorities and values. Tulitaja. Many a times we start from the low levels. But as time advances, kajama kanapata pesa. Ama mke anapata pesa. As of now, there is a case I'm dealing with. That the man is putting his efforts, is working, is providing for the family, providing for the children to go to school. But because the lady is in a better position, that is earning to say not a lot, but quite higher, then is like to her, the man is not doing anything.
Oh, he's been providing.
He's been providing, very faithful.
He has not abdicated its duty.
No.
But now the woman has gotten some more money. Now, with the efforts of a man,
and because now the lady is earning without much struggle, na yaki inakuja ikiwa lump sum, ikiwa pamoja.
I can put it on the table, you know, bound.
Like, yako iko wapi? Sasa hiyo inakuwa is an issue of struggles in the family. And sasa sababu that lifestyle has changed for the lady, and she's spending more time with high-end people now.
Class.
And the man kweli anafanya kazi zake huku, and at the end of the day there is food on the table, there is fees for the children, the rent is paid and all that. But now actually it turns out that this lady now has become abusive to the man. Using words, and using the intimacy defense.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You see this topic?
So
We're coming.
it has turned out to something else. Thank God they are still together. We are trying to handle the issue. And we believe that by the end of it, there will be a solution.
We hope they are watching the show.
Yeah.
Please, let's sort this out.
And that's why we say that it's important for us to work together in our earnings and in our spending. If a promotion comes, then be the reason as to why your family is happy, your wife is happy, your husband is happy, because something extra is coming. That promotion and that increase of income, don't let it to be a source of ruago.
It should even bind you more. I mean, you are coming from struggles,
but in most cases, it has worked against. And that's why we are here to educate us that we started with little. God has blessed us. And do you know that once you put yourself well, you can be the source of blessing to your family.
Yes.
You can be the source of blessing to your husband or to your wife.
So now on the same as, because we've just touched something very sensitive as we go back to those ones. Can God use the woman
Yes.
to be the, not the head, to be the supplier of finance
Yes.
in the family? God, can he allow,
Yes.
can he bring can he cause it for the woman to be the one to bring the money in the family?
Yes.
And not the man? Can it happen? Like God can bless the woman like purposely for the family?
Yes. It can happen, and it has happened. We have witnessed this on many, many cases. And I've seen families that are very stable simply because the woman or the lady or the wife
Yes.
is in a better position than the man.
Yeah, there's peace.
But you get to understand that this one takes a lot of wisdom from the lady.
Hold it right there. Our viewers, we are coming back. This is serious. Sorry, we've gone financial a little bit. We are coming back on the causes.
Yes.
And then we'll move the conversation forward. Please don't touch that dial.
Yes.
Wacha tuingie sokoni kidogo. We are coming back. See you on the other side.
KATV, Understanding the Mind of God.
In a world filled with chaos and uncertainties, where do we turn for guidance, strength, and solace? Join us for the power of prayer, a groundbreaking KA television series that explores the timeless teachings and profound impact of prayers in our lives. Remember, Jesus gave a command. He said, when you pray. He did not say, if you pray. You as a child of God out there, you can unlock your destiny. You can unlock your purpose. Discover the transformative power of prayer as we dive into ancient wisdom, sharing personal testimonies, and provide a practical insight to deepen your spiritual practices. Watch Whispers of the Spirit at KA Television as we introduce a transformative new series that will uplift your spirit, ignite your faith, and renew your connection with the divine, and that is your God. Experience the profound impact of prayer and unlock the blessings awaiting for you. The power of prayer, with your guest Abele Patricia and your host Louis Derrick, every Tuesday at 7:30 on the Whispers of the Spirit. See you there.
KATV, Understanding the Mind of God.
Welcome back. So my name is Simon Bulunza, and I am here with Reverend Alex Kaloki. We are tackling the lowest thing that can happen to a family in a love's journey, and that is divorce. It's a topic that was taboo in the previous times, but now it's right at the altar. The pastors are overwhelmed. The counselors are overwhelmed. There's so much breakdown of families. We pray that your family will stand. We pray that the grace of God will uphold you. But if this has happened to you, there is a journey to walk. And God has not left you. By the way, if divorce should happen, separation, grief, whatever, that is not an indication of the absence of God. He is as concerned more than you think. In fact, more than what is concerning you. So let's come back. Welcome back, Reverend.
Amen. Thank you.
So we were talking of the causes.
Yes.
We were handling on the finance a little bit, but let's leave it there so that we now. Have we not mentioned? Is there anything that we have not mentioned?
Yes, parenting.
Parenting.
When you have children and you and your spouse who cannot agree on the parenting measures concerning the children, then that one can lead to separation, actually to divorce. There is the issue of separation because when disagreements come in, you live on separate lanes. That your stand is this, his stand is this. Then later on is when you find that we cannot move. So it's better kila mtu aende pande yake. Now, in this case now, it also raises the question that who remains with the children. That's why we say that in the legal process, there is now the law that is applied to establish the children custody.
We will bring a divorce expert on legal matters with time to discuss how it's handled. Right here, we're not handling the process of the legal process. It's a long one. It's a whole topic of itself that will need probably several sessions. So we'll bring it at a later point. For now, we're just going through it. The overview. And dig to what we can dip, but on legalities and how divorce happens, we're going to handle it. But the bottom line is, it is a legal process where it's formalized legally. You cannot be divorced by the words of the two of you. Everybody has gone their way. You have a certificate. You've shown that.
You go into social media, you say
it's over. You can't end it on social media. At imeisha, it's done. I'm done and dusted. Nimerudi soko, nimeoga, nimerudi soko. There's nothing like that. There's a legal process to that. So,
last one.
Yes.
You had mentioned of the issues of unmet expectations. This one is a major cause as of now. And it results from that point whereby you had a lot of expectations at the time of marriage. And simply because this one will resort to a key factor in divorce, simply because somebody did not take enough time to do what is called due diligence, or the person you're getting married to.
The expectations, there was an over-expectation, but not right on this person. You didn't know what they can do, what they can't do.
And that's why we say it's good to take a good amount of time during courtship. Get to know this person, what is he or she expecting, and even ask questions from them. By the way, tunaenda kuoana, what are you expecting? What are you expecting? What are you expecting from me? What can I expect from you? That's a healthy conversation that can be done during courtship. And even you ask yourself, what if it does not happen? Yes, you're expecting this in a certain period of time. What if it does not happen?
Does not happen.
And what if it does not happen even in our lifetime?
Because things can happen also and fail.
Yes.
There was that Land Rover that you wanted.
That heaven that you were promised.
That heaven, we overpromise. Man, hello. And then you reach home. In the older times, I used to hear the story was kwetu tumejenga na glass. And then you marry, and then when you get home, you find grass-thatched houses. They're not even on bricks. They're mud. And then you're starting to wonder, what did I get myself into? All right. Is there any other one?
Looking at the weight of these factors.
The statistics now.
The statistics.
Yes.
Lack of commitment is ranked at 75%.
Lack of commitment.
Lack of commitment.
It's as a cause of divorce.
As a cause of divorce.
Now, define this.
You pretended to be committed to marry. But once you marry, and because you used whatever charm you used, or whatever words you used,
and everything
you used to win, and you won. But once you won this person, you have married to them, but now you cannot keep that winning line. You cannot keep it. Your commitment goes down. Your kind of action goes down. Your feelings goes down.
Your time with the
Even
person.
your interest and your time goes down. Your input into the family goes down. That one shows a lot of disregard. You disregarded your position and your responsibility to the family. And that's what we call lack of commitment. You are not committed at all.
So, this, by the time we were starting,
and even the other person can tell, the spouse can tell that this guy or this lady is not the way he was the first year. And they can even tell, especially ladies, because they keep a lane of memory.
So we are saying commitment.
Yes.
The way somebody had given themselves into this. I think there is that discussion of what you bring. So we agreed that everybody is bringing 100%, not 50-50 to get to 100. It's 100 to 100 becoming 100. It's 1 + 1 = 1. So this person was committed 100%.
Yes.
But now their commitment has gone low. It's now at
60%,
60.
70%,
It's even dropped to 30s.
30%.
You know? So the input that they were doing in this is what we call in commitment. So they are no longer as available. They are no longer giving time to this. They have stopped, as you said, it's work. They have stopped digging their part. And the other one now has to do an extra to cover up for for whatever the other person is not satisfying. So now that is a cost. That's a major of them.
Yes.
That's the biggest of it.
It's the biggest of it. And do you remember that marriage started from a level of commitment? Because you saw the commitment of this person.
Yes.
That's why you agreed to come into their lives.
Yes.
But the moment you see that one has gone down, you sense a red light. A red flag. Yeah.
So that's the greatest. It's a 70? 73?
75.
75?
85%.
People, marriage is work. Commitment.
And this is a study that was done early this year. We are now in August. It was done in February this year.
This year?
Yes.
All right. Second one?
Next one is communication.
Communication.
Yes, communication. And in this case, we say lack of good communication.
Yes.
Underline the word good.
Good.
Yes. This one is at 56%.
56. Now, how do we even define communication?
This is a major cause. Because there is a time that we are talking, but in real sense, there is nothing. Quarreling is not communication.
There are words, but there's no communication.
Yes, because in communication, there should be a sense of agreement. You are talking, I'm talking, we are agreeing. But if one person is speaking, I'm hearing, but I'm not in agreement, we cannot call that communication.
So this is a good definition.
Na wezi kujipiga kifua useme ati nilisema au kusikia nilisema.
Because there was no agreement.
Because there was no agreement.
So wait. I think this is bringing a very good way of thinking at communication.
Yes.
Whatever you're talking or you're doing, and the other one is talking or doing, there has to be a major point of agreement.
Agreement.
If agreement is not there,
Yes.
that means whatever is coming from this person has not been received by the other, or from this end has not been received from the other. There's no communication.
There is no communication. And that's why we're saying the lack of good communication.
Yes.
If communication has to be there in marriage, it must be good. It involves speaking and listening, both ways. Speaking and listening,
Yes.
both ways. And you listen. When you are listening, okay, you're speaking with your mouth. Of course, there is now where the words are coming from the mind.
Yes.
They are processed. And from the abundance of the heart,
The mouth speakers.
the mouth speaketh.
Yes. It's
So
a biblical one.
from the mind and from the heart is where now the words are coming from. So there should be an harmonization between the mind and the heart for the words, the right words, to come out. Listening involves your eyes,
Did you say eyes?
the way you are looking at me.
Did you say eyes?
Yes. Not only ears, but eyes.
That's listening.
It
Okay.
is only from seeing that I can say that we are communicating. Because now I can see your gesture, I can see the
body
way you're
language.
receiving it, I can see the body language.
Yes.
It also involves your head. Yeah, you know,
They're agreeing on this.
It
Yes.
also involves your heart, how you feel about what we are talking about. So, majorly, communication is quite broad.
Yes.
And for a communication to be good in marriage, it involves both, and involves these other techniques of communication.
But the point is, there must be an agreement.
There must be an agreement.
If there is no agreement,
That's how we can move together.
but
I mean, we can pick the words of Amos
Yes.
that two cannot walk
together.
Is it Amos or
Yes, unless they agree.
unless they agree.
Yes.
And they agree from speaking and from listening. Yeah.
Right. So communication is broader. I
Communication
think that's
is
a topic of its own.
Yes.
So we'll pass it now. Yes. Number
Then-
3.
Then there is now the case of infidelity, unfaithfulness, immorality. That one is at 55%.
Wait, it's been relegated to number 3.
To number 3. According to the survey that was done in February.
We have a big problem with commitment
Yes.
and communication
Yes.
more than infidelity.
And I will tell you, where there is no commitment, communication will fail and intimacy will fail.
So infidelity will crop in.
Yes.
So they are the major, they are the queen bees and the king
And
bees.
the question will go, if you are not committed to me, then it means there is something else you're committed to, or somebody else you're committed to. If you're not communicating to me, it means there is somebody else or something
communicate.
else you're committed to communicate to.
Or withdrawing from
That withdrawal.
Yeah.
So it will raise a lot of questions. And it's like, at the end of the day, as much as you want to be together, like, I'm not feeling you. Yeah. I'm not in for you. Yeah.
So infidelity,
Yeah.
number 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's at 50?
At 55%.
What was the communication?
Communication, 56.
Oh, okay.
Iyo
Okay.
hajachana
So
sana.
they are just there.
They're tied together.
Yes.
Yeah.
And is it okay to say that where, of course, as you've said again,
Yeah.
where communication has failed,
Yes.
where commitment has failed,
Yes.
infidelity can easily crop in.
Can easily crop in.
Because there will be somebody else probably more listening.
And if commitment has gone down and communication has failed, even if there is no infidelity in you, it will be put in quotes,
It will be.
suggestive.
You'll even be accused of it,
Yes.
even if there is not, because it's a major thing.
And I've told you that ladies would pick this because they would say that wakati tulikuwa tunakatiana ulikuwa unaongea sana, unaongea sana. Yeah.
Siku hizi hata hutaki kuniongeleshi. Na hapa ukipiga simu, na wengine nasikia ni kama unaongea nao vizuri.
Inakuwa ni siku hizi. Siku hizi you are not spending time with me. All those were coming.
Right.
And you know the biggest suggestive would be there could be somebody else. Even if he or she is not there.
People, we are social.
Yeah.
And these things will crop up because of that.
Mhm.
If you're not doing it with me,
Yes.
then because you're social, you'll be accused of doing it with someone.
Yeah.
Somewhere. As in, men cannot just live on an island of not communicating, not commitment. They are just there. There is that social aspect of,
And let-
kama sio mimi.
Let me bring in a very important point here. In marriage counseling, especially those who have gone through my hands, I tell them that courtship does not end in wedding. It continues
Oh,
in marriage.
courtship.
Yes, courtship.
Okay.
It continues.
Explain that in diagrams, Reverend.
This is because those sweet words you used to get your spouse, now that pretense, you pretended so that you can be accepted. Continue with it
But there is a reality that has hit
in
you.
marriage.
There's a reality, Reverend, that has
Then
hit you.
talk it out. That's why we are saying we communicate.
Ah.
Yeah, talk
So
it
as in, if there is any change that is coming in,
it comes to a time kwamba my wife aliniambia tukifanya courtship uliniambia hivi, but I'm not seeing it.
sahi,
Yeah.
uli promise,
Yes.
uli promise,
Yeah, yes.
nitatenda, nitatenga,
Itafanya.
nitafanya.
Where is it?
All right. So the time of reckoning comes.
Bring it on board. Then if you are able to explain it, explain it. And of course, now because you've been now together, you've seen what has gone through or what has happened. There is nothing now behind the scenes. Everything is now in the limelight. Then get to understand. As much as I am committed and I remain committed, and it is always good, even in marriage, to affirm your commitment to one another. Yeah.
Yes.
That as time goes by, this one will come to pass and we'll continue to trust God. Yeah.
Okay. So commitment,
Yes.
communication,
And faithfulness.
and
That
faithfulness or infidelity,
is- yes. The next one is the issue of the age factor.
edge.
Yes.
Where's the edge coming in again?
In cases where the couple married very young, or 8 of them was young, the probability of that marriage being sustained or going forward, it will be very low.
When you say young,
Yeah.
is there a measure for young?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
There is a right age of marriage.
Mm.
When somebody at 30, you're marrying at the other person at 15, you see there is now the age,
the age difference between the two.
And this one is at 46%.
It's quite major still.
It is quite major because it is a key factor that should be considered even during courtship. You need to know the age of your person. Yeah.
Okay.
During my time, we used to exchange ID cards.
I must confirm.
Yes, I confirm. I confirm.
Ya mdomo sitaki.
I don't know whether the Gen Zs are doing it.
Hello, Gen Zs, are you into this? Ama age is a number. Okay.
But thank God, because of the legal process now of applying for a marriage, whatever,
certificate.
you must produce those documents.
Yes.
So there will be no excuse.
But at least you need to have known earlier so that you've not wasted your 1 year, 2 years. And then the time of, you're like,
yeah.
what?
So you need to confirm earlier. I don't know whether you did the same. I did the same.
Mine I knew from the start. Man, mi nilichimba.
So you get to know
Yes.
the person whom you are invested in.
Yes.
That's why I said earlier, you do due diligence.
Yes.
And even the young people, they need to learn the issues of divorce and all that, so that you can avoid the pitfalls as early as possible.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
We move to the unmet expectations.
Yes.
At 45%.
So
Yeah.
they're just following each other
They're
there.
following each other. Unmet.
We'll tackle how to handle these things with time. Yes.
And those promises that you were given and those promises that you gave, how much has been fulfilled so far. It is very important for couples to take time together and do an analysis and a review of what they have been able to do together, the number of years they have been together.
Oh, we're taking stock.
Yeah, you take stock. Very important.
Yes.
Very important.
Should it happen yearly, like we call an AGM for the family?
There are those who do weekly, there are those who do monthly, there are those who do yearly, there are those who do it depending on yourself, the way you plan yourself.
But at least there be a review.
There should be a review.
Call out each other, take some lunch together,
Yes.
sit down and
you take stock.
take stock.
Of your progress in marriage.
So that you're not surprised when things have
And
gone.
it is now where you get an opportunity to ask those questions. Uliniambia utafanya hii, uliahidi hii, and all that.
My vogue bado
Yeah.
haijafika hapa,
And
bado
now the other person
utaniambia.
now gets a chance also to defend themselves.
Unajua kulikuwa COVID.
Yes, and all that. And you give all the reasons. And they should be
Mmomonyoko
viable.
wa udongo and infrastructure.
And there should be viable reasons.
Yes.
And in this case also, during the review, understanding is very important from both parties. That you need to understand that my wife has not been at job, my wife or my husband, kazi yake ilifanya hivi. You can be able, because now you've been part of their lives, you don't have to stand and accuse one another because of something that was promised and
it has not been fulfilled.
And has not been
Because the ability is not there at that
the
very
ability
moment.
is not there at the moment.
All right.
But you pray together also. During those reviews is when now you even get time to pray together. And I remember there are those now expectations you had as a girl. Now you are a wife. So the expectations should have changed also. There are those expectations that you had as a boy. Now you are a man.
Yes.
You are a husband.
Yes.
So things will keep on changing. That's why the review is very important.
Yes.
The lack of equality in the relationship. This is now when it comes to the treating one another. How do you treat one another at 44%?
That's still quite high.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, I'm sure we have heard those accusations. Wewe unanibebanga aje? Unanibeba
Kama mimi ni mtoto bwana.
kama ni mtoto, kama mimi ni fala. Sorry to use that one.
Yes.
But we have heard those. But it's good when you are dealing with your spouse, get to know that you are dealing with a human being. There are weaknesses, get to know how to address them. There are strengths, get to know how to take hold of them and to work on them.
Yes.
That's why I say that marriage is work, and it has to be worked from both sides. Let the man do their parts, let the woman, the lady do their part. Let's join together in making it work in our marriage. Let's treat one another with respect, with love, with care,
Yes.
and with consideration.
Okay. Okay. That is interesting. Now,
That's interesting.
Reverend, we can't exhaust this.
A few years ago, actually nikiwa ushago huko, napita kwa barabara sometimes like saa 2 ya usiku on a Saturday. I remember that day was on a Saturday. Then I hear quarrel, this bomb I call kwa barabara. Then I hear a quarrel. The lady and the man are quarreling on a serious note, such that the noise is being heard by the person who is on the road. And this lady is complaining kwamba unanipiga kila siku, unanichapa kila siku, kwani ulioa mbwa? The lady was using those kinds of words. And sorry to say that even today they are not together.
So that was never resolved.
That was never resolved.
Now, we have not touched on violence.
On violence.
Violence
is there at 25% for abuse.
Do we mean that it's because we have less violence, or people are bearing with violence more?
Wengi wanavumilia.
You can even tell that before that woman got to that point.
Yes.
It has been a series.
A series of
Gen Z siku hizi unashika hivi kidogo, mliachana 1920. You have to show them who. But now, just probably that would reach there for now.
Yeah.
Because of time, I thought we'd be able to exhaust this. But
let me mention this one before we break.
Yes.
Or before we go off.
Yes.
There is the lack of preparation in marriage.
Oh, it's
That one, of course, we have touched that when you said before courtship and even after marriage. The courtship should continue. Make sure that you prepare well, because if you don't prepare well, and this one becomes physically, you've got to be well prepared. Psychologically, be prepared. Spiritually, be prepared. Emotionally, be prepared as you get into marriage.
Yes.
If you are not well prepared, then that one can resort to a problem in the later on, and you can go to divorce later on.
So
It's like,
what
I
percentage
wasn't
is
ready
that?
for this. I wasn't prepared for this. We have had those cases. Mi sikuwa natarajia hii, sikuwa na expect, sikuwa ni whatever and all that.
Kwani watoto walikuwa wanunuliwa Pampers? Kwani sasa hii imetoka wapi?
Yeah. So be prepared. Be prepared.
What percentage is that again?
41%.
41.
Yeah.
It's gone up than
quite high.
even domestic.
Domestic violence, we have mentioned it lately. It's only that
Yeah.
we have jumped.
Yeah,
It's at
yes.
25%.
Wow. Anything at 40s, people is crazy.
And even 25% is very high.
And 25 is very
We
high.
are saying that this thing should be at 0%.
Oh my
Divorce should not be there in marriage.
Thank you very much.
Which means that we
Reverend.
need to handle these things with a lot of care.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your
Thank you so
you
much.
coming
Thank
and
you so
your
much.
wisdom.
We appreciate.
People, I am awed by this topic. This thing has gotten to that level. I'm feeling like the whole thing of relationship is now being handled within divorce in this topic.
Yeah.
And truly, I thought would be done. But no, we've just talked of the preliminaries and the causes.
Yeah.
So in our next show, we will delve deeper a little bit. How do we handle divorce if it happens?
Yeah.
And how can we heal out of it? How can we even stop it? At what point can we come in and stop it? We talked about separation, where people are thinking, can we do something about this? Is it possible to work on this divorce before it happens so that we either prevent it? Because as you see, the reasons why divorce is happening are things that can be handled.
Yes.
So if it must get there when, I don't know, heavens and earth have stopped or something. So we'll get there, we'll reach there for now. But in the next episode, we'll continue with this discussion. So then we delve deeper and probably bring someone that can also bring in some more ideas on the same, or a couple that has gone through the same. And one of my guests here had gone through the same in our earlier episodes. You can check through, and they managed. So it's possible to overcome it. It's possible to heal out of it. It's possible to move on if it happens. But can we just stop it before it happens? It's possible.
Yeah, it's possible.
So thank you for being our people, our great fans, and being here with us.
Yes.
We appreciate your patronage, and we say thank you. So we are not even going to have a last word. We are going to have that last word when we finish in the next episode. So may the Lord bless you.
Amen.
KA Television, where this is happening, is on TikTok, is on YouTube, is on my home TV app, is on Instagram. We are everywhere. You are watching us, those are watching us on TV, on Signet. We are everywhere. You can watch the other programs too. They are as wonderful as this. Very informative and very helping to your life. So please check the other programs and be blessed with us. I have been your host, Simon Bulunza. If you want to reach me, you can reach me on the number on the screen or through KA Television. You can come to my Facebook also at Bulunza Simon. You can reach out on TikTok on MC Balloons. You can come, we are out there. You can always reach me. Please get here if you want to be part of the show. We welcome you to come and be featured. And we are, as we said, we are not telling you to pay anything. We want to hear your success story or your failure story and how to learn from it. So may God bless you. Until Thursday, God be with you and keep your marriages. And as we finish this, there will be a great change in most of the marriages that we have. God bless you and see you then. Thank you so much.
Thank you.